Good afternoon, Moreau Catholic High School. This is your weekly library podcast with DJ Diamond.
And William Miller.
Yes, sir. We're going to start off with the most important news of the week. William?
Justin acting sleepy. Just kidding. The library news.
That was my radio voice. You don't like it? Okay.
Right.
Well, let's start off with the library news, ladies and gentlemen. First things first, we're going to talk about a little special event that happened this last Green and Gold Day, which was a choir concert.
Right, it was great.
/ lunch at the library. William, could you tell them more about that?
Well, yeah. So, Justin, what this basically was, like we told you about a couple weeks ago, was that quite a few choirs played for us. They serenaded us with their beautiful voices during both lunches.
While we sat there and enjoyed our meals.
Enjoyed our meals in the library, which I got to say was very cool.
Definitely.
And
it was just a great experience overall.
I mean, what more can you say besides beautiful voices and lunch in the library?
Definitely. And another thing that just happened in the library recently was, now bear with me here, it was a mock Senate subcommittee hearing on black rights. This was conducted by Miss Galloway's America in the 60s group.
Right.
And so the senators were playing the roles of, like a Black Panther member or Martin Luther King or even Robert Kennedy.
Right.
And kind of acting out the civil rights movement almost in a Senate hearing.
So, Justin, I thought it was really cool. And wasn't there something special that we did when we saw that one? Wasn't it recorded?
It was recorded. And see, the thing is, it wasn't just recorded, it was streamed live.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Okay, the library has a new thing called live stream. And if you go on the Moreau Catholic website, library page, you'll see on the web links, it'll say live streams.
Right.
And there you can see this Senate subcommittee hearing.
Right.
Live. Well, if you were there, it was live. Now it's recorded, right. So you can still catch up on that. And not just that, you can also see the choirs and the singers from the lunch. And in the future, you're going to see live at MCHS's.
Right. And, we have the last one up there, actually.
Yeah, that's up there, too. So the future ones will be up there, too. I mean, it's kind of like, YouTube's trying that whole new live thing, YouTube Live.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
Yeah. I think it's great, if you miss a week of school or a day of school or something, you missed an event, you can say, hey, where was that? And you can say, right here.
Or even if, you really wanted to go see live at MCHS or go see the choir concert, but you had, a test or some other prior commitment,
right.
You can still check it out online.
Right. I think that's really cool.
That's really good, and it's really, shows how technologically advanced this school is.
Apple distinguished for a reason.
Definitely. So let's finish up the library news with the book of the week.
Well, Justin, I thought we said we didn't really quite have a book of the week. It's more of a short story.
That's exactly what I was going to say. We're going to change it up. It's going to be a short story this week.
We figured you guys had already read so many books. We're going to give you a break because it's felt like a long week because the quarters ended.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a nice short story to read.
All right.
So, Justin, tell us about it.
Here we go. This is for all our science fiction lovers out there.
I know I am.
The story is called Sand Kings. And the way I read it was in a compilation book called Masterpieces.
Okay.
And that was actually put together by Orson Scott Card, as we know, writer of the Ender Game series. And this book, whose author I forget, but if you look it up online, you'll find out, is really nice. And we've probably heard this story before, but it's the original one. Man gets a pet,
right?
Like ant-like creature, right?
Okay.
Which is semi-sentient.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And begins to have them as pets and have them, as shows and does parties. And they begin to treat him as a god.
Huh.
Wow.
Wow.
So he's kind of like playing God for these little creatures.
That's got to be trippy.
And he's doing things like making wars, by starving them to death. And doing all these other things, and to the point where they can't take it anymore. And you'll find out what happens after that.
That's got to be bizarre, Justin. You got to think: is there something like that happening to us? Are we the ant, or are we the man?
I wasn't even thinking of that, but you just tripped me out.
I know,
man.
right?
That could definitely. What if our God
plays with us like that?
Yeah,
I know, right?
And what if we're just Sand Kings? You know what I mean? Jesus.
So we said it was a short story, but that's something heavy to think about.
It's something heavy to you'll read it in about a couple hours and you'll think about it for years, man. I'm telling you, okay? It still can't get it off my mind. But yeah, that's about it for the library news.
So, actually, there was something that just happened Wednesday. We had a very special Mass for Lent.
Lent, and as we know, Lent started, the 40-day season of,
Right, you all heard our very own Justin here speak at our...
At Mass, giving us the basic information and all that good stuff.
Moreau, try to keep your Lenten vows intact. See if you can do it. It's a big challenge, but you'll feel great if you do it.
And before we leave you guys, we just want to have a moment of silence for all those in Japan.
Oh, right.
Who we know have suffered through this massive earthquake and tsunami. And who will be suffering through this for
quite some time. That's the thing about earthquakes, is it's not just the initial strike, it's that what do you do with all that debris and rubble? It's a long time to get the relief fund going.
So just a moment of silence. All right, Moreau Catholic High School. This is another weekly podcast. Anything else, Will?
Have a good week, Moreau.
Stay classy.